Hello and welcome to the Comic Conspiracy episode 476 for the week of November 24th, Thanksgiving week. My name is Ryan Higgins. Who's here this week?
Brock Sager.
I was pausing there in case Toby jumped in, but
no.
And
yeah,
Kevin.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe Toby will be joining us later.
I'm like Pavlov's dog. I'm just trained to like pause and wait for the.
I just want to know, how long did his file take to load last week when he said absolutely nothing?
His mute file took longer than every other person. I had to wait like 20 minutes for his file to finish uploading before I could do anything in the podcast. And he doesn't reply to my messages. Like, I have no idea. It's Toby. He works 36 hours a day. Like, he's out of his mind. Like, if he jumped in, he jumped in. We'll figure it out. Quiet week before Thanksgiving. I guess before we jump in, we should ask Brock, Kevin, what are you guys doing? Oh, the answer is nothing. Like responsible human beings. Perfect. Great news. Good to hear.
What are you talking about? I'm making Thanksgiving dinner for my kids.
Yeah. You're not getting together with 12 different households of people you don't live with, all right?
Oh, hells no.
Yeah, see, that's good. That's good.
I know a combination of people doing that, what you just said, also doing the outdoors version of what you just said, and also doing what all of us are doing, which is nothing.
Yeah. Like, if you want to do outdoor midday during the, when it's warmer out, socially distant, barbecue maybe with a couple people, sure. I mean, I still probably wouldn't, but okay. But like, yeah, no, sorry, family and extended family. No, not this year. We get to, we're just going to do our own thing.
Well, I'm going to have my kids call like grandpa and grandma and stuff like that. Like video call it. Here, go. Yeah. Talk to your grandparents. Say hi on Thanksgiving. But yeah, I'm like, we're just going to have dinner and that's it. Like,
gotta get up bright and early Friday or gotta stay up late Thursday, I should say, for those Black Friday deals.
Charlie is not on this podcast right now, so
although Black Friday has been,
isn't it like 2 weeks long now?
Yeah, it's like the entire month now. So yeah.
Well, Ryan, I just did have a COVID test, so I'll be over at your place for the dessert. You tell me what time that's being served on Thanksgiving, and
I need to get my one for this month. I didn't do it, so I've been slacking. I need to get on that. I got my flu shot and everything, so I was good. I got that a few weeks ago. If Toby was here, maybe this mysterious stranger in the chat is Toby. I have no idea. We have a fourth person.
Oh.
Feel free to jump in anytime.
He's doing this literally to troll you now.
Maybe it's Lane.
Could be Lane.
It could be. He threatened to come on. But I actually did. I already did my Black Friday shopping because Best Buy had their sale on their like $5 Blu-rays and $7 Blu-rays and $9 Blu-rays. So I actually got all the DC, not all, the vast majority of the DC animated movies released over the 12 months, because I think the most recent one wasn't on sale yet. The not the Deathstroke one, the Death in the Family one. And then I got all the final seasons, or all of the last season of all the CW shows, except for Black Lightning. Black Lightning, for some reason, is like, I never see it on sale. More about Black Lightning later. I picked up, finally got good prices on the 4K for Captain Marvel and Infinity War. Endgame. Endgame. So that finishes off my MCU stuff. So yeah, it's my Black Friday shopping is all just getting those $9 Blu-ray or $9 4K discs or Blu-rays and stuff. So
that's normally what I do, but I stroll into like Target at like 7 p.m. on Friday after everybody's done, and I'm like,
don't even go to.
I'm not going this time, but like I would normally just go to get out of the house and just.
I got
I
think the Blu-ray box set for Batman Beyond dropped to $40 on Amazon the other day, so I grabbed that. I that's it, though. I think that catches me up with almost everything. That's what I do every year. I don't buy, I buy all this stuff physically, but I always buy it on Black Friday because I'm never going to watch it anytime soon. So I burn it to play at the store. It's pretty. You get some good deals if you don't mind.
Waiting.
Just waiting till Black Friday. Yeah, I mean, some stuff I buy right away. A couple of them I bought, or there's been like a cool collector's edition, but I normally just wait. It usually doesn't matter. Now I'm just gonna see if there's any good video games for Black Friday, but same thing. Probably not. They're already there.
You gotta get some video games for your PS5.
I have the one game to get. I have Miles Morales.
You're not gonna play Demon Souls?
No, fuck no. No, I played Demon Souls. I played Dark Souls when it came out. I have no interest in Demon Souls. No.
You don't like to torture yourself?
No. I don't give a shit about those games. I'm not Ryan Scott. All the games I want to play, I'm just like, oh, cool. Got my PS5. Time to play World of Warcraft expansion. Oh, nice. Got my PS5. Time to play Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity on the Switch. It's like, cool. My PS5 sits there, and I don't do anything with it. I patched it. I updated it. I installed it. Or I installed the console into my setup. Done. I'll play something eventually, I'm sure.
You haven't tried to be different things in the game, like light posts, garbage cans, bricks.
What?
There's a glitch in the Spider-Man game where if he touches something, he'll turn into that. And
I saw that I think it was one of the writers at Marvel or DC. I can't remember who it was, but yeah, they turned into a brick. That was pretty funny. Well, if you need an excuse to not go anywhere for Christmas, we have your answer. Because we have your excuse. Because on Christmas Day...
A sidewalk sale at Comics Conspiracy.
We actually have had a bunch of people ask when our next sale is going to be. And I'm like, 2022 maybe? No time soon. Sorry, can't do them. Wonder Woman 1984 coming free with your HBO Max subscription to the US.
Finally.
We've been talking about this for a year... of what was going to go on with this movie.
Well, it was pushed back from March release? Or May?
It was pushed back from... Well, no, it was supposed to be November 2019.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
And they moved it to June, I believe.
Okay.
And then they pushed it to...
August. It was October?
Is it October,
no,
maybe?
Didn't they do like August, September, October?
Nah... They moved it a couple times, but yeah, it wasn't crazy.
The better question is, how many times did they cancel the Wonder Woman 1984 variant covers?
They canceled them again, and they're just going to put them out next year as part of the 80th anniversary specials. They should have just kept it for December because the covers would have been out because it's going to be on the HBO Max. Anyway, last week, Patty Jenkins and Gal Gadot announced that they were going to be streaming it on HBO Max. Now, funny enough, as is normal, America is going to be the last place on earth to get this fucking movie on Christmas Day because it's going to open in theaters. It's also going to open. I 100% closed the page I was on that had a list of all the dates when it was going to be playing in other theaters. Look at that.
Well, while you're finding it,
it doesn't matter because America is the best. America's back. That's what Joe Biden says. So it's going to open up internationally in theaters everywhere else. Now, whether people are actually going to go to the theaters to see this or whether the theaters are even open, that's another problem. But it's going to open up here in theaters and on HBO Max for free on December 25th. Hopefully that means December 24th. We'll get it, like that 9 o'clock Christmas Eve drop.
Get it early. Get it East Coast time.
Yeah. That'll be a good way to ring in Christmas is watching Wonder Woman 84.
Well, you guys do know that the AMC in downtown Sunnyvale is open now, right?
Well, nothing. It's not open.
No, I mean it's been open. Like I think they've closed down since, but they were open.
Yeah. Now I know what they are doing is a special offer with I don't know if it's AMC specific, but with multiple movie theater chains. That you can rent out the theater in America to see Wonder Woman 1984. So if you'd rather pay $100 or $150 to watch it, and that might be, should I just rent out the theater, watch it by myself?
By yourself, you wouldn't even invite us. We could all space out to far.
I mean, I'd have Leanne, but no, fuck you guys. No, I don't know where you've been. Oh, you had your COVID test.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I'll test again before you're screening.
Kevin, are you going to want to sit in the far left corner of the theater?
I'll sit way down in the front. You like to be up at the top. I'll take the front section.
I'll cough. The wind just blow my cough down the theater to you.
It'll be like the old days of going to movies together. Remember those days?
I do. They were good times.
Wait, if Kevin takes the front, Ryan
there he is.
Back, I can take the middle.
Yep.
There he is.
Hell yeah. I'm down for that. I might even put in half for that.
You guys see Wonder Woman 1984? We'll see. Maybe we'll have a Christmas Day screening. Toby.
Yeah.
What's happening?
Same old.
Why were you peeping on the whole last podcast episode? You never came on.
What last podcast episode?
Last week.
And you never give me the link.
I always did. I always do.
No.
Who was sitting in on the whole episode? Was that in fact Lane? It might have been. Maybe it was.
No clue what you're talking about.
Okay. Well,
and
you were here.
Toby.
You are here. That's all that matters.
Yep.
Wonder Woman 84. Who's going to watch it? You got HBO. Well, Brock, you don't, right?
No, I have HBO Max.
Oh, I thought you didn't.
No, I got rid of. I dropped cable back in August, and I have Amazon, Disney Plus, Netflix, and HBO Max. So those are the ones that I currently have. I mean, I could ditch one and pick. Like, I could have gotten Hulu with Disney Plus, but I'm like, it just didn't.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, is anyone surprised by this?
Yes.
Are you?
Yeah.
I am.
You don't think they were going to do it?
Because look, they had no good option. It was about choosing the best bad option.
Mm-hmm.
And your choices were basically do the Mulan premium rental,
which I think would have, it would have been $39.99 to buy on HBO Max if Mulan was a huge hit. Right, and it wasn't.
Or your other choice is hold it until this time next year.
Yeah.
Without knowing what else is going to be in theaters at that time then.
Or the state of the country. So I think this would have made more money than Mulan because I didn't see Mulan, and this is no comment on that at all. But I think with that, a lot of people had the attitude of, we've seen this, or the animated one is right there for free on Disney Plus, or we own it on DVD, Blu-ray, whatever. Yeah. Like, this is not worth that expenditure for. Whereas Wonder Woman, I think, is a whole different animal. And I think they could have, I just can't believe they're basically giving away, Jesus, what do we want to say, $500 million? If you took what the theatrical gross would have been in a regular world. Are they going to have it on premium services for pay at the same time? I don't see anything about that, so I'm unsure.
There was nothing about that in the original press release.
Yeah, but this is the killer app for HBO Max. They've got a bust some ass. They've got a month. You got to get, you can have it on Apple Fire, or you have it on Amazon Fire now. Yeah. You got to get it on Roku. That's your last big problem. And you got to get 4K capability. Yep. They've got a month. They can do it. I think.
Oh yeah.
So I think. People said HBO Max has an incredible amount of content on it. It's just it stumbled out the gate so hard. And
its interface, using the interface gives you a very limited window of what they have. Like, you have to specifically start searching for things to see kind of a bigger.
I mean, that's any site. You go down to those portals down below with the DC stuff and Studio Ghibli and Cartoon Network and the HBO products. There's a lot of stuff on HBO Max. It's a incredible amount of content. Yeah. It's just you're missing Roku, which I have to assume is your biggest the biggest or maybe second biggest source of people like the device that people would watch it on. I mean, iPads maybe bigger. I don't know what the how many people are watching something like HBO Max on an iPad compared to like a TV through like Roku or through like an Amazon Fire Stick or something like that. But I would assume it's somewhere between Roku and the iPad are probably the two biggest sources of people watching this.
I will amend my earlier comment about watching it on Christmas Day. If that Roku deal is not done, my answer changes to no. Well, I'm not going to watch it on a laptop.
Yeah.
And hooking the laptop streaming into a television, you just lose so much resolution and you get that jerky left to right motion. It just looks like it doesn't look terrible, but it looks below average.
I mean, my computer's hooked up to my TV, so I could just play the HBO Max website on my computer. Or on my TV.
Yeah, I don't like that quality, is what I'm saying.
It's the exact same quality. Well,
I have watched a couple of things that way, and I was watching and going like, God, look at this. Look at the colors smear as the image moves. Now, that might have been those particular programs and not the hookup itself.
Yeah, I mean, it should be. If your computer is outputting like the proper, if it's the same,
you're going to lose some resolution. You're going to lose some having to go through that bridge. Okay, not to get this into the conspiracy tech talk.
I mean, it shouldn't, because I mean, I do like a lot of my gaming stuff on the TV through the computer, and it's just, I mean, my computer, it's just a monitor, right? So my computer has 3 outputs, 2 monitors, one goes to my TV. There's no difference from, I mean, if it's on the on the built-in Roku device on the TV, that's different. But if you have like a Roku dongle, it's the same connection. I don't think it shouldn't make a difference. I mean, maybe if there's something weird with the browser, but it shouldn't be a problem. I watch stuff like that all the time.
Anyway, no Roku, no Watchy for me until that deal is done.
I watch it through my PlayStation.
I got to do it. Yeah. Well, the 4 and 5 have the 4 has the HBO Max.
Yeah, 4 has HBO Max. I don't know if they've released it yet for 5.
I don't think the 5 does. But I mean, I can watch.
I mean, that's all I use. My PlayStation is currently my device. I stream Amazon through it, Netflix through it, Disney Plus through it.
And I'm sure, again, like the combination of Roku devices and PS4, 5, Xbox. I mean, obviously, a lot of people use the Netflix app, the Crunchyroll apps, the HBO Max apps. It'd be weird if it's on the PS5. I wonder why it's not on there yet, because I didn't see it on the list.
It might be coming into an update soon. Like they might have rolled out the PS5s, and then the update for it's coming out, because they just updated it a while ago. You might have to go download it.
The app?
Yeah.
Well, yeah. It's not on the App Store on the PS5. Not yet.
Oh, okay.
Toby, HBO Max is on Apple TV and everything, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I know they have the app and everything on the iPad because Leanne has it, but I wasn't sure if it was on Apple TV. But I was pretty sure it was.
It was on there since day one.
Yeah, that's what I figured. Yeah, it's super weird that Roku's not, though. That's
also
bizarre.
What Kevin's saying is throwing me really off, because if I watch it on my computer, technically it's a way higher quality than it's ever going to be on the TV. But
well, it depends on the TV.
Yeah, no.
Toby, the resolution on like an iPad's equivalent to a 1080p.
Well,
it's actually better than a 1080p, isn't it?
So it's not gonna. It's gonna be nicer on my computer technically.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. I just don't like the screen size. That's what I'm trying to avoid.
Yeah. But it's still, though, if you're outputting it should be all the same.
Yeah, the output's going to be this.
Off by what you're saying.
Yeah, because at this point I have 3 different resolutions going out of my TV's 4K, my monitor is 1440, and my secondary monitor is 1080p. So like whenever I export stuff out, I'm like, Which one's this going to? Oh, okay, but it adjusts. Yeah, it should adjust to whatever the output
But I think what I tripped over on that, and we've probably lost 90% of the audience at this point.
It's normal.
I think that the show. I think that the. Yeah, this is we should put a warning on this section. Fast forward to this point if you don't want to hear.
Saying they're going to correct us after this podcast. They're going to know you're wrong because blah, 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 blah.
No, I think what I may have tripped over on that was that the resolution, the shows that I was streaming or trying to watch were not at the resolution of the TV, were lower. And when it's blown up like that, it looks like garbage. But obviously that wouldn't be a problem with Wonder Woman, obviously.
Yeah. No, that's going to happen. I know, like, on the old TV I had, trying to watch, what's good about, like, the more modern TVs, when we have 4K or it has, like, the OLEDs or QLED or whatever, it has, like, ways to, like, color correct and pull down that pixelization. It was horrible on my old TV. If I was trying to watch something that came from like a 480i video input or something, or if it came, if it was like I was watching original rips of like Deep Space Nine on DVD, and it looked fucking terrible because it's trying to stretch it way out.
Right?
Yeah, it's not up-resing it. Anyway. Wonder Woman. I'm very, very excited for Wonder Woman on Christmas Day. Merry Christmas to me.
Will we be doing a review of it in January?
Yeah. I mean, what day is Christmas?
I don't know when Christmas is.
I mean, Christmas is December 25th, like it normally is, which is a Friday.
No.
So I am 100% on our Tuesday, the 29th episode to do a review of Wonder Woman if everyone's around.
Okay, yeah. Oh, yeah, okay, yeah.
29th. Got it.
So, yeah. So I am down.
I'm also with Karen, though. I think they're going to lose a shit ton of money of releasing it this way. But I'm very, very happy that they're releasing it this way.
Again, how many people
sign up
do they get to HBO Max? If you need to sign up 1/10 as many people to make it profitable, right? HBO Max $10 a month.
15.
15. Okay, so it'd be even less. The average movie ticket is not $15. If they sign up for 1 year of HBO Max, right, you have to sign up a 15th as many people.
Okay, you need to factor in a 7-day free trial.
Sure.
I think you're very optimistic about this. I think they're going to lose a lot of money, but I thank them very much that they're going to release it this way so we can all enjoy it. But I think they're going to lose a lot of money.
What do you think their U.S. total would have been? What do you think their U.S. total? I mean, I think more than 500,000. You think, or 500 million? You think?
I was just throwing that number out. I mean, 700, 800. I don't remember what the first one made.
I mean, it did like 800. Like,
but you're talking about in a regular world, not what would it be right now if they opened in theaters, right?
Wonder Woman did 821.8 million in U.S. dollars total.
So they get if they sign up 2 million people to HBO Max through this alone, like that makes them money. And that's Wonder Woman is actually way less than that because Wonder Woman, they pay out the theaters, they pay out for other fees. So the amount of profit that's actually coming in is less. I think you're going to see more of this, not less of this, because it's their own content that they will keep. All right.
Now, do you want just United States or United States?
No, we don't need anything. We're good. We're moving on. Wonder Woman's coming out. Very excited. If everyone has seen it, we'll talk about it on our December 29th episode. There you go. Sometimes we skip that week, but maybe we won't this time. Well, because we'll have Wonder Woman to talk about.
That's also been the week of your best of the year.
Yeah, best. I don't think we're doing the best of 2020.
Well, it's going to be best of 2020. Which superhero movie? Wonder Woman. Done.
Ekes in right at the end.
Which TV show? The back half of a couple? Well, I guess Toby's shows all came out this year. Umbrella Academy came out. Yeah, and The Boys came out. Yeah. It's like comic books. Well, everything got kind of halted, and
we got Batman 3 Jokers
came out, and yeah, we did all 3 Jokers. So I mean, there's good stuff. Yeah, don't get me wrong. I love the idea of trying to do like top lists for each type of company or whatever, but I mean, it should not happen this year. I haven't shit. I mean, I keep on on like the DC stuff I buy, and that's it. I've read so little this year outside of my normal stuff. So, that end of year is going to be a little. End of year is going to be a little different than.
Okay, so point being Wonder Woman on the 29th.
Wonder Woman. That's what a great way to end the year.
All right,
Wonder Woman discussion. So this is all like TV movie stuff this week. Black Lightning. Another show to get the axe on CW after season 4, the upcoming season. So this will be the shortest of all the CW shows by quite a few seasons. What's really bizarre? There's a pilot like they did with the Canaries. There's apparently a pilot for Painkiller, who is one of the daughter's boyfriends
the love
on
interest,
the show. Yeah. And like, fucking why? Why? Like, of all, like, why would you not just continue Black Lightning? Like, he's fine, I guess, but like, of all the characters, why the hell him? So I don't think that Black Lightning, or sorry, I don't think that that Canary show is happening. Not at this point. I think there's almost no chance. But I don't think a Painkiller show would happen either. That also makes no sense. So yeah, end of Black Lightning. Well, there's obviously a lot of shows coming up. We've talked about this a few times. Stargirl, Superman and Lois. What else?
You got Wonder Girl.
The next season of Batwoman, Wonder Woman, Wonder Girl, if it gets picked up at CW. So, yeah, I like Black Lightning quite a bit. I haven't seen the last season, but it's a quality show. Yeah, it's good. I think it's a head above a couple of the other shows on there. So, disappointing that's getting canceled so early, but I don't know.
If the last season tells a decent story and you kind of get a good solid run in those 4 seasons, I'm perfectly fine with it. Shows that go longer than they're supposed to, kind of sputter out and people kind of get disappointed. Where if it's a natural end at 4, then hey, let's go with it, right?
Yeah. I mean, there's always place for him on Legends of Tomorrow or some of the other shows. I would love for them to pick up Swamp Thing and do a second season. Yeah. I'm not sure if that's going to happen, but probably not. But I think Wonder Girl, if that gets picked up, will probably have a big place to fill CW shows, because I know they're trying to keep the diversity around in the CW universe. I know they've been a little bit better at that. So Wonder Girl will probably pick up that role going forward in Batwoman. So finally, Black Panther is going to start shooting in July. This is from Hollywood Reporter. So yep. Now what? What do they do?
They didn't cast a replacement yet?
Nope. But they should have already been in post-production on Black Panther 2 at this point.
Yeah.
I have to assume they didn't start it earlier because of his illness, plus COVID pushed anything back way for. I mean, it feels like they should have already started filming this like last year. For Black Panther 2, it feels like they should have been just immediately started. But yeah, Black Panther 2. That's, what do you guys want? I guess is the question.
Do you think it will be? I can't think of the character's name now. It's been so long.
Shuri.
Yeah.
I mean, the two options are recast or have her become Black Panther. Those are really, or maybe, I mean, they could do something with Aoki, maybe. But if they want someone a little bit older, but I'm sure he's the lineage in the comics. So, yep. I don't know. They've got to recast, and nothing against Shuri, but they're gonna recast. They can't. They're not gonna write this character out of the rest of the movies.
Now, do you recast it and just continue on the story as if it's the same T'Challa, or do you recast it as a new character?
Well, this is the problem with Batwoman, right? It's the same problem. Do people buy it? Do people care enough?
I think that it's going to take it's an important character that people got behind. So there's like really, really big shoes to fill in that instance.
Yeah,
but they've already technically recast in the universe before, and so
only one person, two people have been recast, right? Just War Machine and Hulk.
Yes.
Has anyone else? Has any other major character been recast?
I don't think so.
If they have, I'm not remembering it. But this is not. Clearly, they wanted 6 or 7 appearances out of this character, bare minimum, right? 2 or 3, 3 movies and a handful of other appearances. This is not something that's going to be specific to Black Panther because every single character is going to get recast eventually. They are not going to not have Iron Man or Captain America or Thor. They are going to have all these characters in movies continuously for years. So, they will take a nice break, but there will be someone that's not Robert Downey Jr. playing Iron Man in the foreseeable future, right? I think it does a disservice to the character to nothing. Like I said, nothing against Shuri, but the character is very important, and it would be unfortunate if they decided to just sideline the character. It doesn't have quite the same, meaning if it's a random other character, and that's sort of my fear with Batwoman too, right?
Yeah.
This isn't a real character. This is someone that's made up for the TV show. And while you could do good things, there isn't a history and a legacy to draw from. I don't know that they would, T'Challa has a very specific backstory, and you can't just throw another character into that role. So, again, they can do whatever. It's fiction. They can invent whatever reason they want. But will it work? Will people buy it? I don't know.
I mean, they buy different characters as James Bond, so come on.
Yeah, it's not like he left. He died. Yeah. That is the biggest problem. To me, just recast. Obviously, get someone good. Don't just grab some nobody, right? But there's a lot of actors out there that they could get, and I think you just once you tear off that Band-Aid, then you're good because it's done. It's gonna sting, but people will deal with it.
Yeah.
I think it'd be a mistake to just pass the role or pass the story off to a different character. That's my take. Kevin, Toby,
I'd be totally down for a Shuri movie.
Oh, it's coming. Trust me. She's going to get her own show. Or
I thought she was fantastic in that first movie.
Spin-off movie or something. She will.
It'll be a Disney Plus original movie.
It. Yeah, no doubt about it.
I thought she was really. She was one of my highlights in the first movie. I really, really liked her, so I wouldn't mind that. But I don't know. I would figure if they're announcing that they're going to shoot it in July, that some kind of casting news would have came out already. But who knows? I guess they have up till July to figure out who's going to be it.
Yeah.
Like they keep it secret. Nobody knows until day one.
Well, they obviously have a story hashed out at this point, or at least an idea of what they're doing. So, yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure they've had. I'm sure they've had ideas for this stuff for years for a lot of these characters.
Yeah.
This is one of the lines from the Hollywood Reporter article. It says, Marvel, which had no comment on the story, has not revealed its plans on how it plans to proceed without Chadwick Boseman, though it has indicated that it will not use CGI to include the late star in the film. That is the correct choice. So,
yep.
We do not want that. Yeah. The wait is on now for 2021 to re-kickstart the MCU. We got WandaVision. What are we going to have in 2021?
Black Widow.
WandaVision, Black Widow, Eternals.
Isn't WandaVision in December?
January. I think it's January 15th, I saw.
Oh.
Don't we get Winter Soldier next year?
What's that?
Winter Soldier and Falcon?
Falcon, Winter Soldier should be next year. I don't expect we'll see Loki. We're not going to see, like, She-Hulk or Moon Knight or any of that stuff. I think I would assume it would just be WandaVision and Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Black Widow, Eternals.
Man, that Disney Plus subscription was a swindle. We should have been like 3 or 4 deep into those Marvel shows at this point.
What else? What else is in production? I mean, they didn't start Spider-Man 3 yet, right? I don't think they started working on that. Yeah, it's going to be 2021 might be a kind of a... I think 2020 was supposed to kind of be a quiet year, and now it's going to be 2021 as well. So, yeah.
Well, Shang-Chi's in production.
Is that next year, though?
I don't know, but you said what's in production right now.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just trying to get it.
Weren't they doing Thor 4?
That hasn't started yet, though.
Okay.
Yeah.
As of when we're talking.
Black Widow. Wikipedia has Shang-Chi as July 9th, 2021. That can't be right.
That may have been the original plan.
Maybe. Yeah, I can't imagine.
Because Eternals was supposed to be November, right?
Eternals is now November of 2021.
Okay.
And Spider-Man, but again, I don't think there's any chance we're getting a Spider-Man movie in next year. I don't think so. Yeah, January 15th is WandaVision. May 7th is Black Widow. Yeah, they have Shang-Chi as July 9th. Really? I did not think that movie was that far. I can't believe that holds schedule. Eternals November 5th. And Spider-Man 3 December 17th. Yeah, man, I don't believe 2 of those. I don't believe Shang-Chi and Spider-Man. I don't think there's any chance. And these are dates given fairly recent, but man, that seems so unlikely. Eternals is done, as far as I know. I didn't think Shang-Chi had even started. How are they this far into it? And Spider-Man hasn't done. I mean, we saw Spider-Man in his costume. They're filming, and they're gonna have this movie out in a year. I don't know. Yeah, Doctor Strange and Black Panther 2 and Thor and all that stuff. Man, they're not turning around an MCU movie in 12 months from fucking shooting to theaters. No fucking way. Nah, these dates cannot hold. That's unbelievable.
The information we really need is, when are we getting Ant-Man 3?
Man, the one people really want. God, that's got to be 2022 or 2023. That's gonna be a while out. Maybe we'll do an Ant-Man TV show would be the best.
So wait, the only Marvel movie that came out in 2020 is New Mutants?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, the only comic movies this year was Birds of Prey, Bloodshot, and New Mutants, right? Well, and Wonder Woman will sneak in at the very end.
Well, Brock, you're the only one on this show who saw Bloodshot, right?
Yes.
Am I the only one who buckled up for New Mutants?
I'm gonna get it. I'm just waiting for hopefully it hits Black Friday, even though it just came out. I'm sure
I might watch it this week.
I couldn't wait, you guys. I've been so interested in seeing it. Let
the spoilers fly, man. Let's talk.
No, I'm not going to I won't spoil it.
Give us the thoughts.
So,
what better or worse than X-Men 3? Better or worse than Wolverine Origins?
Okay, so those I saw so long ago. Those are that That's like asking me about the time I fell off my bike as a child and skinned my knees or something like that. Those are so far in the past. I don't even think I could pass a quiz on X-Men Origins right now. A true-false quiz. I don't know that I could do it.
True or false? Was this X-Men character in X-Men 3?
Yeah, that I don't know. I don't know if I could do that. So spoiler-free or I'll keep it as light as possible. So Ryan, I think I said this to you. The movie that I would compare this to the most is the Josh Trank Fantastic Four, which I also watched.
That's a rough comparison.
Well, and here's the comparison. Is that you see parts of it and you go, hey, that looks like Magic with a K. Hey, that looks like the Demon Bear. Hey, that actress kind of resembles Danny Moonstar. Mm-hmm. But it's like a comic movie made by people who don't know anything about the comics or the characters. Same with that FF movie. It's like they were given random pages of issues with no context and said, get these images into your movie somehow. It's up to you how to do it. It's not good. I really wanted to come on this show and go, oh man, all that talk about it must be bad because of all those delays. It's actually really cool. It's funky. It's weird. It's underappreciated. Everybody should check it out. I really wanted to say that. It's not good. It's 90 minutes long and it feels like about 2.5 hours. There's no story.
I mean, if anything else, all these movies pre-Iron Man sort of have that, I mean, I like the Sam Raimi Spider-Man movies quite a bit, but there's a bit of it's a little off, right? I mean, there's just something that's a little off.
Well, with this...
And obviously Toby will agree with the X-Men movies, the early ones, right?
They're horrible.
But which I disagree with. I think they're great.
No, they're horrible shit.
But this feels like that, and the FF movie was like that. If had these come out pre-Iron Man, if you'd be like, oh, okay, this is okay.
Well, we'll also never know how many edits there have been of the New Mutants before whatever I watched. You know what I mean? That thing was done in 2017.
Yeah.
You don't know what's happened.
I'm going to like it.
What?
I'm excited now after this review. I think I'm going to like it.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? There are parts where you're going to go, that looks just like the New Mutants comic. But the problem is... And I'll stop before I'll say two more things, but I don't want to get into spoilers. You've got 5 main characters, and you could cut 2 of them out of the movie completely and not impact the story. And who knows? Those guys or girls, I won't even specify, may have had all these great scenes that are just now on the cutting room floor. But I'm watching. Brief spoiler here. I'll say it in 10 seconds. Brief spoiler. Pull your earbuds out if you don't want to hear it. You have a character who is super powerful, one of the mutant characters, at one point is attacking the villain by swinging a piece of wood, not using powers. And this is my point. It's like they're embarrassed to have it be a superhero movie.
Well, who's in it? It's Magic, Sunspot, Danny Moonstar,
Cannonball,
and
the wolf.
Sunspot.
Yeah, and the wolf.
Wolfsbane. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are all pretty powerful characters.
Right. And at one point, 2 of those characters are running, screaming down a hall away from a villain.
Well, but they're also supposed to be like kids, right?
I've said
hey,
pretty much...
Demon Bear's pretty fucked up.
I'm not talking about Demon Bear. Anyway, Toby, you should check it out. I want to hear your review. I was just really excited. And I mean, I've been talking about this all this time. We've been going, what's the movie that's been unreleased you're most interested in? New Mutants has always been in my top 3. Yeah. I so desperately wanted to come on and say, everybody should watch it. It's so cool. Thanks, 2020. The hits keep coming.
Yeah, I meant to go watch that at the drive-in. I just never got around to it.
Yeah, I'm not too surprised. Obviously, when movies are that delayed and they just dump it in the middle of a pandemic, clearly they're like, "Fuck it, let's just get rid of this." But you hope for more, right? I mean, at least like I said with I've said this in the podcast a few times with Fantastic Four, it's a terrible movie. But the first 30 minutes, there's
which one?
The Josh Trank one.
Okay, right? Yeah.
This is where I differ from most people. I actually liked the first half, and then I felt like it took a bad turn, and then it just went to shit.
Yeah. Well, like the first 30 minutes, there's a first
30 minutes.
to me, I mean, there's like this first class sort of like little gem in the beginning of that movie. We're like, okay,
I really enjoyed the beginning. I didn't want to like it because I do not like the filmmakers and the writers on that one, but I really enjoyed the beginning, and then it just kind of took a turn and go, whoa.
Yeah, once they kind of get their powers and they bring in Doom and everything, you're like, no, this got bad. And the original two FF movies, while again they are not good movies, I give them a pass because they're early, and Doom and Reed and Sue are terrible, but Johnny's good and Ben are good in those movies. And the Surfer's cool looking. Yeah. There's moments in those movies that I think make them worth. If you've never seen them,
careful.
Look, you're not gonna. This isn't. You're not going to be like, oh my God, this is Winter Soldier. This is the greatest movie of all time. No, they're not great, but I think they're worth a watch.
They're not as bad as Catwoman or Elektra.
No, nothing is.
That's a question for Kevin. Better than Elektra and then Catwoman for New Mutants?
Brock, I have not watched either of those movies, nor will I ever.
I've never seen Elektra. I've seen Catwoman, and it's
terrible.
If there's a movie,
it's got to be.
If there's a good movie I've never seen, until that list is entirely exhausted, I mean, from the history of cinema, I will not watch Catwoman or Elektra. If I've seen every other movie that's ever been made that's good, then I'll get to those.
And maybe Toby can correct me because I think he's seen Elektra. Elektra just everything I've heard is that it's just very generic and kind of not great. Catwoman is.
Here's my quick review of Elektra. It did not know what it wanted it to be. It's not a superhero movie. It's not a chick flick. It's not a romance movie. It's not. It's literally a little bit of everything, but it just didn't work.
Yeah, like Catwoman is fucking horrible.
Yeah.
Like on a level that's
unbelievable.
So that it's got to be the worst.
It's so bad movie. it can never get a cult following.
No, not even close.
Now, Elektra did have two versions. I've never seen the other one. The first one was so bad, I couldn't.
It's got that director's cut.
The other one.
No, I mean,
Daredevil
bottom of the barrel comic movies I've seen would be. Ignore like Superman 4. Like I don't hate that movie. And I don't hate Spider-Man 3 either.
How about the original TV Spider-Man movies? Like,
that's cool. Those. I like those.
I thought they were boring.
They're of their time
from the 70s. Yeah. Like it is what it is. Jonah Hex is real bad.
I still haven't seen that one.
It's real bad. It's just it's not. It's like 70 minutes long too. It's just it has nothing to do with Jonah Hex. It could have been so good, but it's not good. Spirit is the fucking weirdest movie.
Which one? The Frank Miller? The Frank Miller one?
Okay, it's pretty bad.
It's so unbelievably weird. It's horrible, but like it's fucking.
I have to say though, if you're gonna watch the Elektra movie, watch the first I think 5 minutes and just turn it off, and you're good to go.
I don't hate Ghost Rider. I don't hate the first Ghost Rider movie. It's not good, but I don't hate it.
You love the second one.
X-Men 3 is bad. Wolverine Origins real fucking bad.
But it has a really solid line in there in the elevator.
It's Wolverine Origins is really bad.
Yeah, I know.
That might be the worst actual big budget of the superhero movies of Wolverine Origins because
that's better than Catwoman.
Because Catwoman was just like some trash they shat out. Like Wolverine Origins was actually a big movie. That might be. I mean, look, I have my own personal takes on stuff like Iron Man 3, but that's not on the same level. Wolverine Origins might be the worst of like the big budget comic book movies. Anyway, that was not the intention of this little diversion here.
But let me throw some positivity before you go to questions.
Yeah, I do want to see New Mutants though.
I don't want to just come on and shit on it and then move on.
You know what? New Mutants actually was not available to buy on Amazon. They only had you could only stream it.
I rented the Blu-ray.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? They do have the Blu-ray on now, but it is still full price. So.
I paid 80 cents, Ryan, for my viewing.
Yeah, I am not going to purchased it for $35.
It's got Magic and Danny Munster in it. I'm absolutely going to watch it.
You should watch it, Toby. You should watch it. Here,
Steelbook at Best Buy for $35.
No,
on Steelbook.
I want to recommend something.
I will pay up to $15 because that's what I would have paid watching in the.
If you guys haven't watched yet, you guys who are sitting here, or you guys who are listening, the Marvel 616 show on Disney Plus.
Is that good?
It's been brought up on the
yes.
group.
We got a question about this. Actually.
Check it. Okay. I've watched almost all the episodes.
Did you watch the Dan Slott episode?
Yes, I did. Here's the 3 episodes I'm going to recommend to all of you.
Okay.
The Japanese Spider-Man is amazing.
Oh, the Super Sentai one?
Yes. It's amazing. Toby, you have to watch that episode. The Women of Marvel is really good, and it's not because it's not just about the current women at Marvel. It's like it's going back to like Flo Steinberg and the Bullpen in the 60s, like all of it. And the Dan Slott episode is something that has to be beheld because it's about Slott writing Iron Man 2020. So they have Slott, they have the artist, the letterer, the editor, and Tom Brevoort.
Yeah.
And all of these people on this episode are just, and their interviews are just like, yeah, Slott cannot meet a deadline to save his life. We know it's going to be a shit show anytime he's writing something. These things are going to the printer like 2 days before they have to be like out the door of the printer. He's a disaster. You got to ride him hard. You got to have a co-writer. He just can't do it.
No, I actually do want to talk about this briefly. I have not seen the episode.
Okay.
So I can't comment on those elements. But from what I understand, they definitely sort of fictionalized the nature in which they have to deal with him on this. This is just what I understand, because people are like calling for Dan Slott to be fired from Marvel because he's a very generic, boring white guy, and he only has this job because he's a very boring, generic white guy. This is not my words. This is that any other person would have instantly been fired from this job if they were as bad as he is at his job. All right. Besides being a 25-year veteran of the company and I would assume Disney employee at this point because I'm pretty sure he's exclusive. I do believe, again, I have not seen it, so I don't know for how much, but from people I've talked to, that it is pretty heavily fictionalized. And while every writer has their quirks, clearly, they're doing this in good fun, not in look at this fucking moron that works for us.
Well, it's hard to know how much of it is performance because the thing with this show is it's not just a documentary series. It's each episode is a specific filmmaker who chose a specific topic they wanted to cover. And so maybe the pitch to Slott was, hey, we're going to build up this whole crazy thing and you're going to be this bumbling buffoon who can't get a script in on time and all the people are going to play along with it.
Yeah, I think he does have problems getting stuff out and delays. I mean, I don't think that's really. I think a lot of writers do, right? That is not the issue. That is not a lie. I think the extremes at which they go through in this show are exaggerated for dramatic effect. And
imagine if they did one on Chip Zdarsky.
Well, it would probably be very funny, very much the same.
But that one's bizarre, not. That one wouldn't be as fictional.
Not on Disney Plus. Not on Disney Plus. So this does answer one of the questions from our Patreon, which I do want people to maybe take that with a bit of a grain of maybe with a grain of salt, because it's not entirely accurate. Maybe it is more accurate than we think, and I know Dan. We've been online friends for a long time. We had him on the podcast here a number of years back. It's like, look, if he's really that much trouble, I don't know, but I'm pretty sure it's dramatized.
You need to watch these because it's not like Ken Burns' straight documentary reportage. All of these episodes have an angle to them and a presentation style to them.
Right.
But definitely worth checking out to anybody with Disney Plus.
Yep. Yeah, it's on my list.
Those would be perfect to watch at the store, Ryan. Perfect.
Yeah, a couple of them kind of look like whatever, but a few of them look like they were pretty fun.
Has anyone watched the Mandalorian documentary thing yet?
Documentary?
Yeah, they have like a documentary thing that you can watch about the filming.
That's cool. No, I haven't seen it.
It's on my list.
I watched it. I loved it.
The documentary?
Yeah, well, I didn't know. It's just a behind-the-scenes show.
Yeah.
I didn't realize the same guy who did the music for Black Panther is the same guy that did the music for Mandalorian. I was floored by that episode, actually. That was really, really cool.
I love the music of Mandalorian.
Yeah.
It's great. So we do have a couple questions here.
We're not going to do the other DC news.
What's the other DC news, Brock?
Vertigo, DMZ 4-part HBO Max series.
Did I skip that?
Yep.
Oh, I did. Hey, look at that. I knew I missed one. While it's loading, they announced. Now, DMZ was supposed to be didn't they announce a TV show a while ago, right?
I think they've been talking about, like, before HBO Now and all that stuff. There was rumors of HBO doing a mini series or like either a 6-episode or 8-episode or whatever of it.
Yeah, I thought I had heard there was going to be a show, but they're going to do a 4-episode limited event series. And this is based on the Brian Wood Vertigo comic called DMZ. From Robert Patino, Ava DuVernay, and Warner Brothers Television, starring Rosario Dawson and Benjamin Bratt. So, it sounds like this will come actually pretty quick. I think they're trying to get a lot of content going for HBO Max. So, yeah, it's cool. I never read DMZ. There's a lot of Vertigo books that I never got around to reading.
DMZ is really good.
I always heard good things about DMZ. So, that's it's good to see. I think we're going to get a lot of use out of that. And I know, Kevin, you may not have happy with the first year of HBO Max and Disney Plus, but I think just give it time. I think you're going to get more and more use out of this.
Oh, I'm not far. I'm not disappointed at all with HBO Max so far.
Oh, okay.
But Disney Plus, I'm just like, wow, this was a bait and switch, big time.
I'll just wait. I'm sure it'll get something. Okay, a couple questions here from our Patreon backers. Hunter Patrick asks, to be honest, besides intelligence, what are the differences between Lex Luthor and President Donald J. Trump? I hope I'm not the only one who sees the similarities. Well, Hunter, you are not. However, let's be very clear. Lex Luthor is one of the most successful businessmen of all time. Beloved around the world, right? People misunderstand, right? That people think Lex Luthor, I mean, he's not a villain. In various forms, he is. Yes, of course. But in a lot of the comic stuff, especially the more modern day, post-crisis, Lex Luthor is this, he's Bill Gates. Obviously some people hate Bill Gates, but he's this, massively successful. He became president of the United States, right? People really like him, and there weren't any protests when he won, right? Very successful businessman, so there's a big difference.
He's accepted his hair loss.
That's true. Yes,
he doesn't. He doesn't tan.
He's. Spray
fake.
They
tan.
are. I mean, I guess technically Lex Luthor is racist in that the fact that he hates people that are not of the human race. A little bit of a different type of racism
xenophobe
than President Trump. Yeah. I mean, yeah. He's actually like a billionaire or trillionaire or whatever Lex Luthor is. He's a scientist. He's an inventor. He's incredibly smart.
He's articulate.
Yeah.
He can stand up straight instead of weirdly leaning forward.
He could probably, he's probably like, I mean, he can give Bruce Wayne a run for his money as far as like, Battle of Wits or whatever, right? I mean, yeah. No,
I got it. He knows how to use an umbrella. He can open and close it.
I don't think he stared directly into into an eclipse. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure Lex Luthor never stared into the sun.
Now, one thing that they could have be similar is accidentally having a piece of toilet paper stuck to their shoe. That could happen to any of us.
That's true. He loves America. He actually really tries to save this country. Lex Luthor, right? I mean, he does a lot of good stuff. I'm pretty sure he never put kids in cages. Like, super heroes from other planet kids,
alien kids, like aliens from different
kids, maybe. We'll see. Yeah. Lots of differences there.
The people he surrounds himself with aren't idiots. Like, they're interesting characters. Like, I think Mercy's an interesting character.
Yeah.
Well, he was also the chairman of the Legion of Doom on Challenge of the Super Friends. See, that's a quality cabinet right there.
So that's what we need. We need somebody to type up a resume for Trump and a resume for Lex Luthor and just post it and see which one gets more hits.
So, yeah, lots of differences. All right, question from David. We're going to get into a little... wait. I got one more. When Lex puts his name on a building, it stays on that building. It doesn't get taken down. Yeah, not too often. David Baroldi, he's got some questions about Three Jokers. We're going to get spoilers if you did not get if you're not read Three Jokers, you care about that. So we're he's got a question here about Jason Todd. So he says, one of the many things that have been rubbing me wrong since finishing Three Jokers is Batman hand-waving Jason Todd murder of one of the Jokers. It seems completely antithetical to Batman's character to allow one of his former proteges to be out there murdering people with guns. Is this consistent with the main continuity depiction of Red Hood? If so, have they explained why Batman would excuse murder like that? Does it bother you? I don't think Batman was excusing it. I think they were just still in the middle of everything going on.
It's a thread that's still hanging.
Well, and Batman, one of the whole points was Jason Todd was like, "Yeah, I killed him. So what? What are you going to do? Turn me in? If you turn me in, it doesn't matter because there's no proof. The proof is Barbara. Yeah. You're going to upend your life and Barbara's life to get me. No, you're not going to do that. So Jason Todd, Batman didn't he didn't just let it happen. Jason Todd kind of put Batman in a bit of a corner there. That's how I read it. And Jason Todd has killed fucking thousands of people at this point. He has 2 guns. His weapon is 2 guns. He has no superpowers. He shoots people. They killed like fucking 50 Jokers in this book. They were shooting those Jokers left and right when they were coming out of the pool after him. So
they were technically dead, and they could shoot those ones.
They were Batman. I mean, let's. Batman and Superman have killed intentionally a lot of people through the years. Batman doesn't go around shooting people in the head execution style, but Batman's actions have led directly to the death of people on a regular basis. They have to, right? You can't. Their world is constant death, people dying, right? It's going to happen. So to me, Batman, yes, if Jason Todd was walking down the street shooting innocent people in the head constantly, then I think Batman would, he'd bring him in.
He'd swoop in and say, "This ain't GTA 5."
But with this situation, I feel he kind of put Batman in a bit of a corner, and it was like, yeah, you can't really do anything.
My dog is dreaming.
My dog is very sad. That's how I read it. I don't think he excuses it. I just don't think there's anything he can really do about it. But I'm welcome to interpretation. Anyone else?
I think it's just a thread that's still open. I mean, you established it with the situation, and it would put people at risk. But I think it's still a thread of conflict that's open between Jason and Bruce. So,
yeah.
And I mean, Johns has already said they're working on the sequel. So,
yeah, we'll see.
And any other three Jokers questions?
That's his question.
That was his question.
Yeah. And of course, we did have the question about Dan Slott. That came from Mr. Rama. So he's back. He actually does have two questions for us. One is about Dan Slott. The second, he goes, "Why haven't you finished reading Hellboy yet?" And I would have to start reading Hellboy to finish reading Hellboy. I mean, I've read some Hellboy. He just really likes Hellboy. But Hellboy's dead. It's over. No more Hellboy. It's done.
What are you talking about? There's a little Hellboy coming out in the new previews.
There's always new Hellboy stuff coming out. But nope, they killed him. It's over.
Spoiler.
No more Hellboy. It's
Did you say Hellboy?
Hellboy. Straight to Hellboy. It's over. So, yeah. I actually would like if they... I should pick up those Hellboy library editions. Those are really nice. That's a really nice.
Out of print tomorrow.
Jesus, hopefully not. That's all I've got. That's our podcast. Unless anyone else throw anything here at the end. Nope. Okay.
That was a short questions list.
Yeah. At patreon.com/comicconspiracy.
Oh, you didn't take Twitter questions. I get it.
Yeah, anyone on our Patreon can leave us questions on our Patreon. That's where they come from. So, yeah. I have no problem doing Twitter questions when we have a lack of questions on the Patreon thread, but we try to get a couple out there. I just can't do like the 2.5 hour long episodes anymore. So.
By the way, I just want to say this to get it on the recording, and I'll talk to you guys off the air. I have solved the streaming from the computer to the TV problem while we've been here.
Okay.
I've solved the mystery of why that happened.
Okay.
Well, the listeners
just
want to
for
know
the record, I don't need to get solutions sent to me is what I'm saying. I've solved it.
But they want to know what you've solved. You can't just leave them hanging.
It's okay, Brock. It's been solved. It has to do. It was my suspicion about the programming itself, not the connection.
Okay.
There you go. All right. So like we said at the beginning of this episode, be safe and well if you're going to go out and do Thanksgiving stuff. You shouldn't, but if you're going to, do you take as good of care as you can to not pass this horrible infection around to other people, because they might be infected or you might too. Yeah, and that would not be good.
I heard something. I can't remember what the first part was, but the last part was, and we'll have an ICU Christmas.
ICU Christmas.
Yep.
Yeah, if there's room. It's going to be really bad, guys. Really bad. But want to hear something really good? I'll tell you something really good. That's our wonderful Patreon backers at patreon.com/comicconspiracy. Or as little as $1, you can leave some messages on our Q&A thread. We'll get to those, and we'll do some promotions here for some of our top-tier backers. That'd be Joe Duff, Jesse Peterson at the Comic Book Matters podcast, Jimmy Rivera at the Social Forum podcast. Make sure you guys go check out their podcasts. You can find these wherever podcasts are. They just do a Google search. They show up. Just like Andrew Nelson Mendez's Recovery of an Anime Junkie podcast. Man, talk about anime. I'm getting ready to start my Gundam watch. It's going to happen soon, pretty soon. I'm getting close. Gundam. A lot of Gundam. Oh, I can't wait. Craig Anderson at CraigPAnderson.com. And Mario Miranda has a YouTube channel called The Comic Lounge, dedicated to talking about comic books and interviewing creators. So go check those guys out. Please listen to Geekbox.net. That's, sorry, I'm going to try that again. Please listen to this episode and previous episodes. You can find it at Geekbox.net. comicspiracypodcast.com, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and everywhere else you get your podcasts. If you go to comicsconspiracy.biz, that is our storefront where you can purchase physical books and toys, statues, all sorts of other garbage over there that you can get delivered to you. I believe there's some new coupon discounty tools coming to our website, so I might try to do a little one-off sale here and there leading up to Christmas, but it would be through the website only because we can't have people in the store to the degree that we normally do for a sale. So we're going to try to get that done if that works in the next couple of weeks. So check out comicsconspiracy.biz. Save a couple bucks. Check out those sales.
And I'm the one that ships it to you.
He does. ConspiratorBrock.com. That's Brock's blog, video pull list, and unboxing videos. You can go check out his stuff over there. Wanders in the Fourth Dimension podcast. That's Charlie's Doctor Who podcast. And you can check out Between the Panels at fanbasepress.com. That is Kevin's weekly series of interviews. Always fanbasepress.com. And go to leannehill.com and etsy.com/shop/leannehillart. That's Leann. A lot of people put an extra E at the end. No, just Leann. That's my wife, Leanne. You can get her artwork on there. She does some fan art stuff and commissions and everything. If you're on Twitter, 4 of us are on there. 3 of us are on there. Ryan Higgins. Ryan is myself. One day, Brock, the band gods will lift that band hammer. And
I don't even. I did some research this week. Apparently, they did this mass ban, and Twitter support can't handle the amount of appeals that have come in. And so they're
don't worry, Brock. You'll be right back retweeting political tweets as soon as you can.
Well, there's not going to be very many to retweet because there's not going to be any garbage. You can actually have a Twitter feed that's fun for once.
The garbage will never end. Trust me. The garbage will never, ever end. Toby is Toby XI. Charlie is Insanity and Chaos if you want to follow him. Kevin is that Kevin Sharp. Bryce Larson is Larson Bryce on there, and people seem to. I thought
he'd been banned.
No, he's still on.
By you, not by Twitter.
Podcast. Yes. Despite what you may believe, he was never a part of this podcast. I have no idea what you're talking about. And yes, if people did see that tweet or that message on Facebook, they may have misunderstood.
What?
It's like when Trump fires somebody. I barely knew the guy. He just used to get coffee sometimes.
I'm explaining the joke now, Brock. So
I get that. Explain the joke. It's done. I'm like, all right, I know what you did.
Often when the last 4 years, whenever there has been a particularly funny or just completely outrageous Trump tweet or Trump related
ism activity,
like statement or line, I've tried to work Bryce into a version of it. And so when Trump's legal team said, "Oh shit, what's her name? I don't remember the lady's name. One of the lawyers on Giuliani's team." She was like, never part of this, despite being there in front and center during the last press conference. She's fucking some crazy QAnon lady. They're like, "Oh no, she's no part of this. What are you talking about?" Despite she's right there in the middle of the whole thing. She talked for like an hour. I took their quote and inserted Bryce into the podcast.
So you need to go back and have a thread of all these.
It's a funny joke that I do, and people are like, "Wait, what? What happened? What?" It's just a funny thing. So don't worry about it. Bryce is still welcome on here whenever he,
Kevin.
The great thing is he'll see that tweet in like 6 months and be like, "What? What happened? What'd I do?"
The best thing, Kevin, is apparently Ryan forgot he has sound effects for this show, and so luckily we haven't had any tonight.
No, they've been there. I haven't needed them. Maybe on the way out we'll use them. But don't forget to follow ComicsCon store as well. That
store's going to get blocked soon.
And Geekbox, there was no Geekbox this week, so we'll be back next week. And Manga Mock Nations are good friends over there that talk about manga and anime. Can go listen to them. That's all I've got.
That's all she wrote.
Yeah, I got nothing else. I'm going to wrap up now, and have a good Thanksgiving, and we'll see you guys next week.